I just want to jump on here a minute and share a personal story that really gave me some perspective in my life that I wanted to share. Maybe will bless somebody else as well. So the other day, my son had drawn me a picture, and it was of a sunset. And if you know me, you know that I love sunsets. But when he brought it to me, he literally put it right in front of my nose. Like, I think it may have even been touching my nose. And I'm like, son, that looks so amazing. I can see the colors, they were a blur, but let's bring it back out just a little bit, pan out so that I can take it in. And when I did, of course, I loved it. He worked so hard on it. He was so proud of it, and it was beautiful. But I really started thinking about how that is how kids and adults can experience worry. Just big thoughts, pressure, stress, anxiety. When the thoughts come into our mind, they feel this close, right? They're big and they're loud. And so often we don't realize that we sort of take the microphone in our mind and we just kind of hand it to the big and the loud worry thoughts because they're big and because they're loud. We just sort of give it this permission to talk really loud, and it commands our attention, and we listen to it. We pay attention to it. And before long, we start to believe it because we can't get any distance from it. We can't pan out from it because it's all in our head. And so what we want to do with our kids is to teach them to get some distance from it by naming it, right? Those first thoughts that come into our mind are always the worst thoughts. And if we give it a name, like the worry monster usually presents the first thoughts when we are stressed or worried about something. And so speaking that out loud, and that allows us to get that little bit of space or distance from it to recognize what it is. Okay, these are the first thoughts, these are the worry thoughts, they're the worst thoughts, and this is from the worry monster. And then it allows us to do the second thing, which is to ask the question, what other thoughts are there about this situation? Because the voice of truth, so there's two tracks to the mind. There's that worry track I was just talking about. And then there's the track, that's the truth track. It's the voice of truth, but it is the opposite. It's quiet, it's still, it's soft. So we want to, after we get that distance and we're able to ask ourselves, well, what else is true about this situation? Then we can recalibrate. And then we can connect to, well, this is true about this situation because this is the truth. And that is how God has allowed us the power through His Spirit to rewire our brain, to think about things in a different way, to connect to the truth. But we want to acknowledge the worry. We don't want to pretend like it's not there, right? The worry thoughts are loud and they're real, but they're not true. And we have the ability by His Spirit to talk back to the worry, call it what it is, put it in its place, and connect with truth.